Hey guys, it's Marissa. So this week's video is just a cute little blue inspired makeup look. It's also the same look that I use for date night, so if you want to just see how I did this look, then just keep on watching. So what I use for the base of my eyes is the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Fairest, and I'm just applying that to my eyelids and then just blending it out with my finger. Then I'm taking the Airspun Loose Face Powder. I'm just setting that with a Morphe M429 brush. And the shade that I'm going to be using for the Airspun Loose Face Powder is in the shade Naturally Neutral. Then I'm going into the Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson Mini Controversy palette, and I'm first going into the shade The Simulator, and I'm just applying that with a Morphe M321 brush. And I'm just applying that to the crease of my eye, and I'm just buffing it out as much as possible a little bit. Then I'm taking the Morphe M330 brush and I'm just buffing that out even more. And then I'm taking the shade Cancelled from the Mini Controversy palette and just reapplying that with some of the M330 brush and the other brush that I used previously before. Then I'm just following those exact same steps and just repeating it to the other eye. And then this is when I use the shade Cancelled. I'm just reapplying that using the same brushes that I was using before. I'm just trying to use this color just to make it as bright and as bold as possible and just to really make that color pop. And then to get a really nice sticky base, I'm using the NYX Glitter Primer and an e.l.f. concealer brush. I'm just applying that to the eyelid of my eye before applying kind of like a shimmery shade from the Conspiracy palette. And the shade that I'll be using an e.l.f. Precision brush is called Diet Cola, and it's this really pretty shimmery metallic kind of color. It's like a silver, so I'm just putting that over my eyelid and just kind of creating a cut crease with it. So then I'm taking the shade My Ride Is Here from the Conspiracy palette, and I'm just applying that with the Morphe M574 brush. And I'm just applying that to the outer corners of my eye and just kind of recreating like a smoked out eye effect with before I start adding like the eyeliner wing. So I'm just trying to buff that out as much as possible and make it look as matte as possible also. And I'm also going back using the Mini Controversy palette for the shade The Simulation, and I'm just going back and forth with that black and that dark blue color and just really trying to mix those colors together. And then I'm just blending everything out again using the Morphe M330 brush. And then I'm just repeating those same steps again to the other eye. After cleaning up the fallout under my eyes, I'm actually taking the e.l.f. liquid liner in the shade Jet Black, and I'm just applying like a little small liquid liner wing to it. And I'm just trying to blend that in as much as possible with the matte black eyeshadow that I applied, just to really make it look like it's blending into that silver look. That way I don't have to apply any kind of eyeliner to the middle of my eyelid, kind of like to my waterline. So I'm just taking that e.l.f. precision brush right there. I'm just trying to make that eyeliner look just look as matte as possible, and just to really blend that in with everything else, just so it doesn't really stand out too much, but to the point where you can obviously see that I'm having a wing, but it's just really blend in with the black eyeshadow. Then I cleaned up the extra fallout again and the edges off camera, and then I'm just going to be going onto the face now. So to prep my face, I'm just using the Pure Lip Mist in the Illuminating Setting Spray, and then afterwards I will be using the e.l.f. Putty Primer and just priming my face with that. Then I'm taking the Maybelline New York Instant Age Rewind Eraser. It's like the concealer in the shade Ivory. I'm just applying that all over my face, just kind of like a light coverage foundation. I'm just applying that with the Miracle Complexion Sponge by Real Techniques. Then I'm going in with the Mally Evercolor Brow Defining Gel in the shade Sable, and I'm just using an e.l.f. angled brush for brows, and I'm just really trying to lightly fill that in as much as possible. Then I'm taking the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Fair Neutral, and I'm just applying that under my eyes or any kind of like redness areas of mine. And I'm just blending that out again using that same Real Technique sponge. And then I'm using that Airspun Loose Face Powder again in the shade Naturally Neutral, and I'm just setting my face with that. Then I'm taking the Butter Bronzer in the shade 6676, and I'm just applying that using an Ulta blush brush and just kind of using it as a contour also to really darken my face a little bit and just to add some more dimension to it.
It helps the speaker lead his audience into the scene he described by creating an imaginary picture. Usually it's something that moves.
For blush, I'm using the Tarte 12-Hour Blush in the shade Peaceful, and I'm just applying that to my cheekbones and just trying to warm my face up a bit. Then I'm using the Morphe setting spray, and I'm just really trying to blend all of that into my skin again and just trying to make sure everything is as evenly blended as possible. Then I'm using the shade The Simulation from the Mini Controversy palette, and I'm just using the e.l.f. Precision brush, and I'm just putting that underneath my waterline, just kind of on my lower lash line, and just lightly buffing that out. For the shade Ranch, I'll be using this as an inner corner highlight and a brow bone highlight, along with just using it as a normal face highlighter, and that's going to be from the Conspiracy palette. To apply the face highlight, I'm using the Morphe M429 brush, and I'm just applying that as lightly as possible and just really trying to layer it on.
So then, why?
For mascara, I'm going to be using the Clinique High Impact Mascara, and I usually do around 2 to 3 coats just to kind of make it look like a falsie effect to my top lashes, and then I usually just do 1 coat for my bottom lower lash line. For my lips, I'm also going to be using the gloss from the Conspiracy collection in the shade Shane Glossin. And then to top it all off, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Lip Plumping Gloss in the shade Champagne Glam, and then that's the completed look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this week's tutorial using the Conspiracy collection. This is one of my all-time favorite makeup collections ever. And since this was part of my date night look, I also will be showing you the outfit that I'm wearing, and I'll link everything in the description below. I'm just wearing like a pink sweater and also just some pair of ripped jeans from Rue 21. And I hope you guys enjoyed this look, and I'll see you guys in the next week's video. Bye!